Hi guys, Gabby with IdeateTV here, and I'm talking to Natalie, who is our lovely voice of Wonder Woman in this film. How amazing is that?
It was, honestly, this entire day has kind of brought this like realization to my mind that I'm actually playing Wonder Woman, because I've done the voiceover in the studio, and then I've seen the movie, but then having other people refer to me as Wonder Woman has been very bizarre, and I love it. It's been the most incredible experience.
Yeah, you're like, I will not respond to anything other than Wonder Woman now.
Yes. Exactly.
Legal name change and everything.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So is this your first WonderCon, or are you looking forward to any panels?
So this is my first WonderCon. This is actually my first voiceover movie that I've ever done.
Oh, wow.
I've never done a voiceover project. I'm kind of come from comic book world, but more TV and movies. I was on The Gifted, which is an X-Men show, and then Gotham, which is DC, obviously. But yeah, no, it's my first WonderCon, and I've gone to the San Diego Comic-Con. I've done New York Comic-Con a couple of times. And one of the things that we used to like to do is we do our panel, and then security just would not let us walk around after the panel.
What?
So we used to put these masks on and walk around. So I'm hoping that we can like snag a couple like masks. I'm not sure if it's the same like security here as it was in San Diego, because San Diego's insane.
Yeah.
But no, that's like my favorite part about coming to these is like the fun that comes with after.
I was gonna say, tell them you're Wonder Woman. They have to let you through.
Exactly. I think that that's the move.
Yes, just put it right on your badge and everything.
Exactly. I'll just write it on my forehead.
Yes. So, like I said, being the voice of Wonder Woman, you get to be a part of a character that all these phenomenal other actresses have voiced and been a part of. What is that like for you?
I mean, I think it's really scary, especially because it is my first time doing voiceover. I think that the voiceover process for acting, in my opinion, could even be harder than regular acting, because when you're acting, there's so many facial emotions or just body movements that you can do to kind of interpretate like how you're feeling. But with voice, it's your voice, and you're trying to get messages across, and you're trying to get feelings across. But I mean, Wonder Woman is just such an iconic character. She was brought to life in 1941. Which is just insane to me. And she's also one of the first recognizable superhero women, which I think is just huge. So I think that just the name holds up this huge reputation that it's just always scary to try something like that. But no, I think that in this movie, I wanted to do something that is a lot different than a version that you've seen of her before. I wanted her to kind of, especially because they're teenagers in the movie at some point. I'm not sure if we're like not supposed to say like exactly how. But yeah, no, I definitely didn't want to take from previous Wonder Womans. I wanted to try something new with it and kind of like show this kind of vulnerable side to her, I guess, while maintaining that powerfulness that she naturally has by being a warrior. So it was very fun.
Oh, that's so cool. And because they are teenagers in the film, it's so cool that they do get to have that little bit of insecurity and honesty that sometimes, I think seeing Wonder Woman being put on a pedestal and being that like stoic character, it's nice to kind of have that refreshing, especially for women, where it's just her as a teenager kind of trying to get through it sometimes.
Definitely. And it's like interesting in this film as well, because they maintain the mental mindset as adults, but they're in their kind of like prepubescent. Oh, Wonder Woman's obviously not prepubescent. That girl is like ripped. But that kind of like youthful energy to just being in a younger body of themselves and kind of like relearning their powers. Which I don't necessarily know if Wonder Woman's ever had a like kind of awkward phase, so it's kind of fun to see
Probably
Wonder
not.
Woman's awkward phase like a little bit. But it's been really cool.
Very cool. And I know you said this was your first kind of dip into voice acting. What is it that's different from acting that you were like, oh, I kind of like this?
Not having to wear makeup was great. Like not having to get dressed was amazing. Like I would roll into the studio and I'm like, okay, this is what it is. I mean, the only people I was like talking to Carrie, our director, through Zoom, and I was like, this is great. Like I was being able to sit for some stuff, but it definitely adds that kind of like that hard aspect of wanting to perfect these characters and try to kind of like hold one ear and kind of like, does this sound okay? To my other ear, like not really knowing what you sound like until it comes back. And then once you see it with the animation, it just creates this insane world. I just don't know how they do it. Like I really do not know how they do it, but it's cool to be a part of the process.
Well, the animation is beautiful. I mean, it looks amazing. So thank you so much for stopping and chatting with us today. And I'm Gabby with IdeateTV.